morning, everyone. New story today Miss Nancy's going to read to you. This is about a night. Now, Miss Nancy's not talking about when it gets dark outside and it's night. This night is a person who lived many years ago. And he was a good man because he always fought for right. Well, this good night is quite a story. Let's find out. Once there were 3 little dragons. The dragons lived in a deep, dark cave that was in the king's forest. But the dragons were very happy in their cave. They had a good friend. He was called the Good Knight. Every day he rode his horse, clippity-clop, to the dragon's cave to say, "Good morning, good dragons." "Good morning, good night," replied the dragons. And every night he rode his horse, clippity-clop, to put the little dragons to bed. "Good night." "Good night," the dragon said before they went to sleep. One day, after the good knight had ridden off on his horse, clippity-clop, the little dragons heard a knock on the door. It was another friend, the old wizard. "Good day, little dragons. I was wondering if you could help me," the old wizard said. "Well, we will try," said the 3 dragons. "I would like you to watch my cats while I go away for a few days. Can you do it?" The dragons had never watched cats before, but the good knight had taught them that it was good to do good deeds. "Certainly, we will help you," said the dragons. The old wizard was very happy. He told the dragons that he would leave a note with the instructions on how to care for his kitties at his cottage. He left them with a shiny silver key to his door. "Take care, good dragons," he said. And then he disappeared in a puff of smoke. "This is gonna be fun," said the first dragon. "I can hardly wait," said the second dragon. "Yippee," said the third dragon. The next day, the dragons went to the wizard's cottage to take care of the cats. They opened the door with the shiny silver key, and they saw lots of cats. They found the wizard's note up on the counter, but there was only one problem. The dragons didn't know how to read. Oh, what are they gonna do if they can't read this note the dragon left them on how to take care of the kitties? "I think the first thing we're supposed to do is take the cats swimming in the lake," said the first dragon. So the dragons gathered up all the cats and they took them to the lake for a swim. "Look, here's 3 wagon loads of kitty cats, and the dragons are taking them to the lake." Oh boy. Just then the good knight was riding by on his horse. "Good day, good dragon," said the good knight. "What are you doing?" "We're taking the wizard's cats for a swim," said the dragons. "He told us to." Cats swimming? That didn't seem right. But if the old wizard said so, it must be true. "Very well," said the good knight. "Carry on." But the cats did not like swimming. They didn't like being in water at all. They didn't like it one bit. They howled and they yowled and they quivered and they shivered. Look at them. Oh, they're soaking wet in the water and they hate it. So the little dragons took them home. Then the little dragons looked at the wizard's note to see what to do next. I think it says to put the cats in the cupboard, said the second dragon. So the dragons put the cats in the cupboard. Look up here. Top shelf. It says cat food. But they put the cats in the cupboard. The cats were not happy. Just then the good knight was riding by. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. What are you doing? Asked the good knight. We're putting the wizard's cats in the cupboard. He told us to. Cats in the cupboard? That didn't seem right. But if the old wizard said so, it must be true. Very well, said the good knight. Carry on. But the cats did not like being in the cupboard. They didn't like it one bit. They scritched and they scratched until the little dragons let them out. Look here, all these kitties in this cupboard, and all their paws are out scritching and scratching, trying to get out of the cupboard. By then, the cats were very thirsty and very hungry, and so were the little dragons. But they looked at the note one more time, and the dragon said, I think now we're supposed to take the cats camping, said the little dragon. So the dragons took the cats out camping underneath the stars. Look, they're carrying all the cats out around the campfire. Look at the kitties sitting on the log. What are you doing? Asked the good knight, who was coming to bring the dragons back to their cave. We're taking the cats out camping, said the dragons. The old wizard told us so. Cats camping? That didn't seem right. But if the wizard said so, it must be true. Very well, said the good knight. Carry on. But the cats didn't like camping. They didn't like it one bit. They jumped and they bumped and they clawed and they pawed. They cussed and they fussed and they hissed. They would not even eat one toasted marshmallow. The good knight couldn't help but hear all the racket the cats were making. Something doesn't seem right, he thought. So back he rode to the wizard's house. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. Follow me, good dragons, he said. Let us get to the bottom of this and bring those cats. Inside the wizard's house, the good knight found the wizard's note. It did not say to take the cats swimming. It did not say to put the cats in the cupboard or to take them camping. Didn't you read this note, he asked. The dragons hung their heads. Their eyes filled with drippy, droppy tears. We told them we would take care, but we don't know how to read, they said. So the good knight read the note to the dragons. First, they gave the cats water. Then they fed the cats food from the cupboard. And then they put the cats in their beds to sleep. By then, the dragons were very tired themselves. The good knight walked them back to their cave and tucked them in for the night. The next day, the wizard came back from his trip. He visited the dragons. Oh, thank you for watching my cats, he said. You did such a good job, I wanted you to have this. He handed them a tiny baby kitten of their own. And I wanted you to have this, said the good knight. He handed a book to the dragons. It was a book about learning to read. Wasn't that a neat story?